each time we see one of these mass shootings, our thoughts and prayers are not enough. It's not enough.
Those wonderful people had guns strapped right here, right to their waist or right to their ankle. And this son of a comes out and starts shooting. And one of the people in that room happened to have it and goes boom, boom. You know what? That would have been a beautiful, beautiful sight.
Hundreds of Minnesota students walked out of class today to protest gun violence in schools.
Students from Minneapolis public schools and others from around the state are demanding the federal government take action to implement tighter gun restrictions and provide more mental health resources. Kate Raddatz listened to them march as they said, enough is enough.
I've lived at the same place most of my whole life with my grandma. And in Hennepin County, I mean, that specific area, it's like a community. So everybody know everybody. When I was growing up, block parties every week, during the summer. So it's like we have that sense of community. It's not like you don't know that person, you're gonna shoot them. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like we together, like as a community, as a neighborhood. So I feel safe walking around in my community, my neighborhood.
I grew up towards Plymouth Avenue, and I seen the Jamar Clark situation. So I seen like a lot of mayors and big people come to that area after that happened and stuff like that. And that's a bad thing that they're coming for that.
At my old school, there used to be detectives and policemen all around in the building with us, and at my new school, it feels safer because there's not policemen around you showing you that something might happen.
I'm sorry, are you saying that you feel safer with the police presence or without it?
Without it, because I know like when they're not around, I know there's nothing I should be like watching out for or something might happen.
Our police department need to change and how they act. I feel like they shouldn't take their job like so serious, but at the same time I feel like they should like be more, they should, instead of thinking everybody's a threat, they should like come to some people and actually like, they should come to some people with more respect, like more concerning, more like caring about what's going on. What's the reason that y'all called before just jumping to a conclusion?
As a community to prevent more gun violence, I would say that we could stop having guns as accessible and try to create an environment or a situation where it's not as heated or conflicted. If we could just have like a monitor function, not necessarily by the police, but by people that look like us, and yeah.
And we should all talk as a community that lives in them places. That way everybody in the community could get to know each other and everybody could talk to each other and be social with each other.
Some adults, they could have a say in what kids should do. Like parents, they could advise their kids to not go to certain places if there's like something going on. And keep each other informed, like if something is going around, to not go there.
My generation and my mom's generation, like we're different. Like my mom's generation, they'll just see you and they'll be like, oh, hey, I love that, like stuff like that, just stuff like that. Like in my grandma, they'll just be like, oh, you look good today, like just stuff like that. And that builds a community, I feel like, personally. Like when you go out your way to go be kind to somebody, then you build a relationship with somebody. Like, if I were to never see you and be like, oh, you look pretty today, you're gonna wanna talk to me every day. You're gonna wanna talk to me more. And then once you start building relationships, I mean, there's no reason to be shooting nobody.
A question I would have is, why are these weapons so accessible to the younger generation?
If you take away guns, you can't do it because people need the guns for protection. Now, entertainment, they want it, hunting, they want, different things, but they need weapons for protection in this country. People live out in the woods and they're not going to have a gun.